Hey everybody, I'm Stacy Lyn, and today we are going to be making a tuna melt. This sandwich does not get nearly enough publicity as it should. It is one of the very best sandwiches that you could ever have. It is delicious. Normally I would be using fresh tuna. We go fishing every summer and we catch what we need for the year, but because of the coronavirus, I did a little bit of prepping, or a lot of prepping, and I bought a lot of canned tuna. So I'm using it as we go and hoping not to run out of things. And so far I'm doing okay. Got a lot of rice, I got a lot of potatoes, a lot of starches, some pasta, along with peanut butter and some of the things that last for a good long time. And tuna fish was one of them. So I have emptied several cans of tuna fish into my bowl, and I have broken it up so there's no really big chunks. So I'm gonna start adding everything to my pot. And y'all, I have done these so much. My kids love them. Everybody loves them. We've been eating them this week, and I thought, I want to share this with everybody out there. So I'm going to be putting the mayonnaise in here, and usually to about 4 cans, you would put about a half a cup of mayonnaise, maybe a little bit more. But I'm using a lot of cans, so I'm going to be putting all of this mayonnaise in here. I have Duke's mayonnaise. That's a big deal in the South. Wherever you are, you probably, Hellmann's is an awesome mayonnaise. There's several really good mayonnaises out there, but I do love Hellmann's and I do love Duke's. So if you ever have an opportunity to get Duke's, I highly recommend it. So I'm going to go ahead and mix that in there so that we've got it thoroughly mixed in. And then I'll be mixing everything else at the next go round. Okay, so I've got some sweet pickle. I really like dill pickle, but I don't have any today, so I am putting the sweet pickle right in. And in one of my other videos, I teach you how to make refrigerator pickles. That recipe is fantastic in tuna salad and in chicken salad or anything like that, right? So I'm gonna do some celery, and usually I put a cup of celery, a cup of onions, and I'm just making these into little matchsticks, and then I'm gonna cut them straight across here and making them pretty small. I don't like to get huge chunks of onion or huge chunks of celery when I'm eating my tuna melt. Okay, so I've got this. I'm putting that straight in, and then I'm gonna make I'm gonna put a little bit of onion in here. Now, I've got my onion already cut. I've been cutting it across like this, just going around the onion, and I'm doing it backwards, so that's why it seems a little awkward. Okay, I just wanted you to see what I'm doing. Okay, and I've got all of that cut. Now I'm gonna be doing very little, like as small as you can make it. I'm just cutting my onion just like that. And then I'm gonna add a little bit more cut to this in just a minute to make them even smaller so nobody is getting a big chunk of onion. So I'm putting about the same amount of onion as I do celery. I'm gonna go ahead and chop that up even more and make it really fine. Okay, and then I'm gonna add this to the tuna. Okay, so I'm gonna need a little bit of salt. So I'm gonna add about a teaspoon of salt, okay, a little bit of red pepper flakes, okay, a little bit of pepper, and I'm gonna add a little bit of juice. So lemon juice, it spruces this up in a mighty way. This is gonna be so good. I may even add more of this in a little bit. I'm gonna taste it and see what I think, but at this point, I'm just gonna stir all of this together, okay? Now, as I stir, I am going to go ahead, I'll wait. I'm gonna also, in another one of these, I'm gonna add a little bit of grapes, a few grapes, and some toasted walnuts. But see, that's already looking so good to me. Wow, I do not really love to have walnuts in mine or pecans, but my husband loves them, and he also likes grapes in it. So I like to make him and a few of the other kids theirs, and it's super easy just to add that. So I'm gonna move a little bit of my tuna over to another bowl, okay? So with chicken salad, and this is not chicken salad, this is tuna, but with chicken salad, one of the things that I was thinking about is that one of my friends loves to do barbecue chicken salad. And I think that is like, it was so good. The first time I ever had that, she made it for me, and I have been hooked ever since. And she would make the chicken really small. She put it in a food processor, and it did not get like pudding or anything, but she chopped it pretty small. And then she mixed in some barbecue sauce and a little bit of mayonnaise. Oh my gosh, that was one of the best barbecue chicken salad sandwiches I have ever had in my life. And I've added grapes to mine before, and I've added all kinds of other things. So I'm gonna go ahead and add a few grapes. I'm just halving them. I don't mind getting a big, and my husband doesn't mind getting a big piece of grape in his chicken salad or in his tuna salad, and it doesn't sound all that great, but y'all, it really is pretty good. I don't always like it in mine, but he always likes it in his. So I'm gonna add some grapes to that, and then I'm gonna get some of these walnuts, and I'm just gonna chop them up and put them in his tuna salad. Okay, so I would love to know what you like in your chicken salad. So some people have some, different ideas. My grandmother would have put a little bit more mustard. She really likes hers mustardy. Okay, so got that in there, and I'll stir that up just a little bit. And so you can just do this. I'm gonna go ahead and make the tuna melt out of the one that I have over here, but you can always add this one to that, or you can just have that with crackers. So that would be really great too. Okay, so I'm gonna turn my pan on, and I'm gonna heat a piece of butter, maybe two, right there in the pan, and I'm gonna let that get good and hot. All right, while I make the tuna melt and get that going. So first, I've got some cheddar and some gruyere. And both of these are really good melting cheeses, and I like to put that on the first thing. So I want it to get good and gooey and melt. So there's that, and then I'll go ahead and put my bacon on it. And who doesn't just love bacon? You could put some spinach at this time if you wanted to do that. But I am just gonna do the bacon right now. And then I'm gonna put a little bit of, you could add more onion if you wanted to, but I'm not gonna do that. All right, so now I'm just gonna put this right down on top of my griddle. Usually I do this in cast iron, but I just got the first skillet that I could see today, so I'm just not worrying about that. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and put down the tuna right over the bacon and the cheese. Okay, this is gonna be so good. All right, and I like to liberally put it on there. Now you could add celery seed to this, you could add dill seed, you could add dill herb, you could add parsley to this. Okay, all right. Then I'm just gonna add the top, and then I'm gonna wait until that gets good and ready, and then I'm gonna flip it, and it is gonna be out of this world. So I'm gonna go ahead and put down another piece of butter. Turn this over. This is gonna be so good, y'all. All right, I want mine really, really buttery, so I'm just gonna make sure I've got all the butter on mine that I can get. Okay, my tuna melt is really, really getting there. I've got all of the cheese, it's turned gooey. I've got a crispy crust on here. I've got a little bit. Now another thing you could do is put the cheese on the outside of it and get the cheese all crisp on the outside and then have the gooey cheese on the inside. So good, but this is ready and I'm wanting to cut into it. So I'm gonna get my tuna melt and put it right here. And I'm gonna cut into this good thing here. I cannot wait. All right, let me see if I can move that out of the way, and this out of the way, and let's see what this looks like. All right, here we go. I don't wanna push down on it too hard. All right, go, and then you can serve it beautifully with some grapes, or let's see if I got all the way through that. Look at that. Look at that. That is gonna be so good. But you can serve it with some grapes. You could serve it with some, let me get that cleaned up, with some chips. You could make French fries, which would be so amazing, or sweet potato fries, which would be great, or just a side salad, which would be fantastic too. So this is gonna be so good. Well, y'all, I hope y'all have a great weekend, and don't forget to elevate your tuna. Tuna fish all day long. Make it the way you love it and eat it. It's so healthy, so great, and I'll see you soon. Thanks a lot.